Here in Adelaide, South Australia, this was the first place that legalised abortion in Australia just over 40 years ago. So it's well entrenched, both in the law and in the hearts and minds of the population. So endeavouring to change that is a real challenge. People have conditioned themselves to push abortion beneath the carpet, out of sight, out of mind. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to address the issue. It probably makes them feel uncomfortable. And here in Adelaide, it's a very comfortable city to live in, so we don't like anything that's uncomfortable. So the challenge that I've found is that even with good practicing Christians, it is extremely difficult to motivate them to participate in a 40 days prayer vigil. Even to come down to the abortion clinic here at Mariba is not something that they feel called to do. They recognise that it's a good thing that other people do it, but it's not something that they themselves feel called to do. With the exception of a relatively small number of stalwarts who come every campaign, they keep it all going. We have the challenge here of the physical location of the building being set back from the road. It is more difficult for us here to make contact with the clients as they go in than it is in some other places. And so we don't see as many tangible examples of turnarounds as they might do in other places. That is not a reason not to do it, of course, but perhaps for some of our peripheral participants at these prayer vigils, that might have an impact as well.
The difficult thing here is that inside the grounds is the abortion clinic plus a old age centre there, and also domiciliary care. So when cars are going back and forth into the grounds, we don't know whether they're going there for abortions or whether it's for other reasons. So it's not easy to sort of even to speak to the people because we're forbidden to go into the grounds.
And of course it's run by the government, and so the full weight of government legislature supports them.
It's a government-run clinic. I don't know whether any other government ones in Australia, but we don't have private clinics like in Sydney and in Melbourne. So we just have to try our best here.
And what blessings have you witnessed from organising the 40 Days for Life? This is your second campaign. What are some of the positive signs you've seen from organising the campaign?
I think a couple of signs. Firstly, I can see growing unanimity between the different Christian denominations. It's traditionally been largely Catholics that have been attending 40 Days Vigils, but I see more and more non-Catholics, Pentecostals, Uniting Church, Anglicans, etc. coming on. That's one blessing, and I think the actual growth in spirituality of the participants is another. I can speak for myself there. I feel a stronger conviction towards praying for life since I started to come down here than I did before. And organising the campaign, you feel you have that particular sense of urgency and to make sure that all the hours are covered and all that sort of thing. But to also do your own personal bit down here.
It's good to see these children here today.
And it's lovely to see young people here.
Yeah, the young people and people bring their children. I think that's wonderful. They're not hiding it, from them.
And the occasional story that we do here about turnarounds, that sort of...
there have been a few turnarounds.
That's
so we're
helpful
happy
as well,
about that.
obviously.
There's possibly a lot of things happening which we can't see because we're confined so much here. We just have to keep praying and trusting that the Lord is doing His bit. So we have to have a lot more trust in the Lord, I think.
And one blessing that I hadn't expected to experience was being challenged. We have people that occasionally challenge us, and being forced to try and address their issues in a non-judgmental, patient way without getting upset, I found that to be a blessing. And I in fact now look forward to people coming and challenging me, whereas when it first happened I sort of thought, oh, how am I going to handle that? But after a while, like in most things in life, once you've done it a few times, it's a bit easier. And I see a challenge as being an opportunity to endeavour to evangelise that person. They are searching for something. They've got some inner hurts or whatever it is. It's not just coincidental that they come along and they challenge us. And I think in the fullness of time we could be of assistance to them as
Someone
well.
said today that in years to come this place will close down, and on this side of the road there will be a shrine to all the
Praise the
babies, the
Lord.
Holy Innocents.
Praise the Lord.
So I thought that's something to pray for, and that will be worth seeing. I'm sure that will happen one day.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I suppose that gives me comfort is the strong witness of my wife Helen, who's been coming here since 1989, and she was probably the person who first started praying at this abortion clinic, well before we had any organised vigils such as we've got now. And just the constancy of that, and having to raise 9 children along the way, I mean, that's also an inspiration as well, darling. Well done.
Well, Helen, Alan, thank you very much
Thanks
indeed.
very much, Robert.